I'm going to fight for all Houstonians, no matter who they are, no matter where they come from. And I believe it is that message that resonated, and that is why we came in first place in this runoff election.
I've worked with Mayor Parker. I've worked with Mayor Turner. I've seen different mayors' personalities towards working with council members. And I think it's important that you have somebody who understands that you don't work for that mayor, you work for the people.
One of the things that we wrote in our first round endorsement is that it seemed like you weren't really gung-ho for the fight. John Whitmire, our mayor, goes to an event held by Bill King and gets up on stage and says, well, police are working with ICE. And it sounded like a change in policy at the city. And you had put out a statement that read like it was really pushing back at what he said.
I want to work with this mayor whenever I can. And like I said before, I will stand up to him whenever I need to. What is happening with ICE, there's no words to describe the horrific thing that it has done to our country, that there are American citizens that are in fear of walking outside of their house because of the violence that the state is perpetuating against them. That because of what you look like or who you associate with, you can be detained and abused, and Lord knows what is worse. We have a moral obligation as a city, as the most diverse city in this country, to stand up and protect those vulnerable communities, because we are no safer if we are enforcing immigration laws. We need to be as transparent as possible with the public about what exactly we are doing in terms of cooperation and not cooperation. The second is we need to answer the complicated legal question of what exactly we are required and not required to do under the law. The third thing we need to do is figure out what steps can we affirmatively take as a city to protect Houstonians from the abuse we are seeing by ICE. There are measures that other cities and states have taken to protect communities in certain what have long been considered sacred spaces, like churches and hospitals and schools.
What is it that you think the city should be doing?
Well, I'm not going to take a position, Evan, until I sit down with the city legal department, the police department, Homeland Security, and see exactly what the plan is. I do know this, sitting at the Horseshoe, understanding the process with City Hall and City Council, you typically work issues through committees and you work them with the mayor to see where you are, whether you agree or disagree. At least you have the facts, and that's the way I operate, based on facts. I'm not going to put something out there just for a soundbite. What Ms. Salinas was just saying, I was real impressed with her position. I mean, you have a real good position on that. I'm not a lawyer, but I will bring in experts to help frame the decision. I know this is not the question you were asking, but my focus will be to make certain all civil rights are in place. Equal rights are there for everyone, no one discriminated against. But I'm gonna spend a lot of time working on the city's infrastructure. That's what's important to me.